Yo, welcome to the Ease channel where we draft and occasionally play standard when standard isn't awful. I do currently have one standard deck I'm testing out that basically is caving to the all bullshit meta, and I will be trying that out at some point this week. But for now, while ranked draft is still cheap, we're going to do some more of that. So this pack is pretty unimpressive all around. Fenlurker is not a great first pick. It's pretty mediocre, and Double Black is a pretty big commitment. Ancestral Blade is good, but I hate white in this format, and I'm not going to take it unless I absolutely have to. Broker of Blood is probably only going to happen if I'm getting multiple Leafkin Druids or I'm in a 3-color deck with Gifts of Paradise, i.e. I have some ramp. I have played it in the past. It's not very good. I'm just going to take it as a rare pick to increase the value of this, whether we win or lose. Eagle is a pretty strong signal. Cloud Conceer is also very powerful. This is kind of a tough one. So if we take Eagle, we're kind of stuck in those colors. I like blue, and I can see splashing white. But Eagle is a powerful signal, so if we were taking this in the real world, between Seer and Eagle, this is actually a really difficult pick. I'm curious what the peoples say in such a close pick. What is the community thoughts? Cloudkin Seer, 7.47. Eagle, 8.26. I mean, I guess if it doesn't die and you get enough flyers, it's pretty good. And a pack with no good white and no good blue is what immediately follows it. That's unfortunate. So blue-red splashing white is fine, but red doesn't have a lot of flyers. Gift of Paradise opens us up to a splash. Dismal Backwater opens us up to a splash of black. Nothing else here is particularly good. Well, that's kind of a train wreck. I guess we'll take the land. Octoprophet is fine here. Being able to scry 2 is pretty great in most scenarios. Corpse Knight, if we're splashing, it still just doesn't seem very good. It requires a very specific build, and I think it's just a constructed card. Bone Splinters we can probably pick up later. Otherwise, Pup and Mastiff are fine, but not exciting. A lot of interesting things going on here. We have Sledge, which is one of my favorite cards, and we're still seeing no blue and no white. So we may be cutting out of this into blue-black, splashing white. In which case, Gorging Vulture is pretty good. And it is another flyer if we do end up running this somehow. Currently, we only have one comes into play effect for Portal, but occasionally Portal can do broken things. We also have Dawning Angel, which is just fine. The problem with Dawning Angel is it gets brick-walled very, very hard by Mammoth Spider, and that always makes me sad. Mammoth Spider kind of does a lot of damage to these decks in general, but we haven't seen a Pacify yet. I guess between the Portal and Dawning Angel, we have to take Dawning Angel. But I would like to pick up a Portal if it becomes possible.
when you're dealing with small flyers, Marauder's X might be decent, as again it allows me to trade through the Mammoth Spider, which is a pretty common brick wall play. This is usually not going to be very good in a flyers deck. We still don't know if we're splashing or what our primary color is yet. So I do think Marauding Axe is a decent pick here. Feral Invocation is one of my favorite cards, but that would mean we would have to maybe be going blue-green. And now we have pretty good green cards very late, honestly. Courser does a lot of work. Having 3 toughness and 3 power in this format is actually pretty damn good. I guess we're taking Moment of Heroism. It's a fine trick. Convolute usually ends up in these decks. It's a very late Sanitarium Skeleton. We've seen this wheel. You do need a lot of them to make this deck good. In which case we'd be blue, black, splashing white, probably just for the eagle. I don't like anything else in this pack, so we'll spec. This is all garbage. You're seeing now why I don't like white. If we were in green, we'd be able to get this. Herald of the Sun is fine, and I guess we're taking it, which commits us to this blue-white monstrosity. We're probably taking Gravedigger to splash it. Geez, if we were the deck we usually are, we would have a field day going on right now. We have the Element or the Gravedigger. These are both very good. Are we going to splash the Gravedigger? We're probably going to splash the Gravedigger. If we take it, we're committed to splashing it. Angel of Vitality is fine here. Gauntlets of Light is okay if you have a lot of the 1/3 Griffins, but we don't have those. Sucks that we got Gravedigger and then immediately see a Soul Salvage, but we'll take the flyer here. Flyers is what we're trying to do after all. Here's our Nemesis. Griffin Protector's pretty good, and we have room in our 4-drop slot. Not a lot of anything here. A lot of good red cards, good green cards, really nothing for us. We'll continue to spec on this just for the lulz, I suppose. But I doubt we'd run it. Yeah, maybe we take this. This is just a better creature, right? Okay, nothing's good here. We'll just take this. I don't know. We might actually run this if we're desperate. We'll take that. Another Dawning Angel. Our first Soul Salvage. Or Fairy Miscreant. We have a lot of good creatures we would like to get back. Can we win the grind, though? We're a pretty racy deck.
suppose we could if we have lots of these. Maybe we'll pick one of these up later, but I don't think it's instrumental yet. We've also got no removal spells of any kind. We haven't had access to any of them. Just makes the black splash easier. Wow, we've been offered zero spells, just creatures. This is going to be pretty difficult, I think, to manage. We haven't seen a single pacifism or a single sleep paralysis. It's actually so unusual that it seems like this is a vagary of the bot system. Seems like this would never happen in real life, but of course it's going to happen here and make this deck pretty bad, I imagine. Okay, third Dawning Angel. First Winged Words. Leyline for the rare value. Well, this is looking like an 0-3 deck, so I'm just going to take the rare. Masterful Replica, Sleep Paralysis, Second Eagle. Okay. Well, I would normally take the rare here. Empyrean Eagle is just so much better of a card than, I mean, honestly, all the cards in this pack are playable. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 playable cards. 8, really. That's kind of nuts. We'll take the Eagle. Warden is a pretty good pickup here, I think. Herald is also good, but I think we need more 3-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I tend to like to have 6 or 7 3-drops. That's usually the sweet spot. Herald is a big finisher, but you don't want too many 6-drops in your deck. Wow. Okay, we are just mono creatures here. Who needs interaction? I guess we don't. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, folks. We're just going to cast a creature return and hope it's good enough. We have 1 Moment of Heroism and 1 Marauder's Axe. Do we take the Fencing Ace over the 83rd Convert Chaplain? I guess. Another creature. What even is this deck? I don't understand anymore. 1, 2, 3. We don't have many 4-drops. Third Dawning Angel or a Scoured Barrens to make splashing easier for black. We have 1, 2 black cards we definitely want to run. We didn't end up getting a Soul Salvage around. 2 black cards with an Imperial and a Dismal Backwater seems pretty reasonable. And we could use more 5-drops, honestly. 3 is usually where I want to be, so... Holy crap with the Angels. Alright, I should have taken the land. Another serviceable 3-drop. Yeah, we are mono creatures. This is so weird. Okay. I don't even know what this is. 27 creatures. It's got a couple chaplains. I don't even know what's happening here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 2-drops seems reasonable. All the 3-drops in the universe. We definitely cut the swamps. We don't need these swamps. For 2 single black cards. Seems silly. So 8, 9, 10, 16. Seems okay. Oh, blue is practically our splash. We're almost a mono white deck. Sparring Captain seems mediocre. Cut one of these Dawning Angels. Cut one more card. I guess we'll just cut it based on curve, right? So we cut a 3. I guess we don't really need the Vulture now. We have so many good flyers. We'll just splash for the Gravedigger. This is such a weird deck. I don't think I've ever drafted an all creatures deck like this before. We're, as I said, pretty much just dead to the Mammoth Spider deck. There's really nothing we can do. We didn't get any tools to deal with that other than the stupid Marauder Axe. I'm hoping to just get too big for them with the Lords. Boy, just getting 2-drop too much to ask here. That's pretty good. He's probably got a second Courser. That's real painful. We're already behind in our racing scenario here. Well, we don't have the black mana for you. We're not holding up mana for Convolute at the moment. Yeah, I mean, if you got the trick, there's nothing I can do about it. Wow. Now we die. Yep. Holy cow. Yeah, I get it. I'm dead. Good game. I have no interaction. Nothing really would have changed that game. There was really nothing else I could do other than play my creatures and lose. Being on the play did not help. Sure. matter against us. Probably going to get convoluted here. Murdered? Wow. Yeah. It's pretty unlucky. It's just straight up 2 for 1. So Gravedigger is potentially useful in the future. Guess we get an island. I'm realizing now that I need to have 1 swamp in the deck for the Evolving Wilds to work. I am dumb. Gonna fix that after this match. A derp. Sure. Wow.
You are fortunate, I
Yep,
think.
okay. I mean, I said this was going to be an 0-1 deck, but holy shit. So... means we get our sentry back. That's pretty nice.
Blood calls to your soul.
So, steadfast and equip a dude. Try to finish this bullshit off. I won't even bother with that.
I will not relent.
Really going out of his way to protect this thing. Three steadfast sentries is weird. Alright, not sure why we won that, but... I'll take 1 win. 3 wins is basically when you start to break even value-wise. 4 is where you get 150 gems for the win instead of 100, so... 4 is usually what I aim for, but with a deck like this, there's not a lot of aiming. Yeah, we have a 2-drop into a 3-drop. I guess that's about as good as it gets. If they have black cards, then it gets better. Oh, I forgot to put a swamp in my deck again. Whoops. They do not have black cards, which makes the Apostle just a bear. If he wants to shock this, that's great. That means my Angel of Vitality lives. We are under some pressure here. That's about the worst thing we could hope to see. Now very large things are going to start coming out. We're not going to block this turn. We want to keep the counter. Well, I guess he baited us there. Well, this is awkward and keeps getting more awkward. Oh, this has vigilance. I guess I could have been swinging in with that. Yep. My opponents just decided to draw perfectly. And we've decided to draw shittily. If we had a land there, we could have been able to Dawning Angel, but just gonna keep feeding our creatures to his creatures as it stands. Yep. Can be the perfect draw. 3 removal spells and 10 cards and creature every turn. That's doesn't matter if it's garbage or rares, that's just unbeatable. That was Shock, Rapid Bite, and Reduce, all on curve. Yep. interesting. Well, that's unfortunate. I think he's pretty dead here. Yep, you had to block something there, buddy. Cool. Let's put a swamp in here, so I'm done. Hey. Whoop. Stop. Quit it. Looking pretty likely at a loss here. Well, we have a 2 into a 3 into a 4, so that's about as good as we can hope for. We can grab our swamp pretty safely here. Seems fine. Can drop steadfast and the vial. Probably sacking those to equip it. Oh no. Okay, so no more Imperial Eagle, but we do have Steadfast and Octopops. Kind of surprised you didn't sack those to equip the axe. Just taking it, huh? Alright. You can't equip during your turn, my friend. So that was a mistake, I guess, yeah. What? Okay. Holy crap.
Let's start at a sizzle
Well.
and see if you make it to the Inferno. Get out of my way. Or, you know, don't.
That's pretty brutal. And we had to top deck a land there, which is just fantastic. Yep. Well, we may have been beat out of this game by the Mythic Rare. Oh yeah, we were definitely beat out of this game by the Mythic Rare. That was fun. Jeez. Well, better be lucky than good. And I am not lucky. So we'll have to settle for 2 wins with our garbage deck. I expected 0, so I guess that's something. Yeah, I guess that was a draft. Turns out playing Chandra is good in Limited. I'm kind of sorry that we lost that match. It seemed like our match to win. But a combination of too many lands and our opponent getting not only the Chandra, but then the follow-up Pacify definitely closed the door, and there was absolutely nothing we could do about those losses. That is Magic, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you at least enjoyed the draft process, and it makes you more thoughtful about how you pick cards when you build a deck. Thanks for watching. Later.